Welcome back to Two Dudes Sitting in a Hot Tub. I'm Skylar,
I'm Aaron.
and we're two dudes sitting in a hot tub. Ooh. That's money.
It's pretty nice.
I'm gonna talk about whatever comes up.
Right.
It's been a while. Yeah, go ahead, start the bubbles. Help me. Oh, cold water first. I think that's why he always starts it, is because there's just a quick shot of ice cold water that hits you.
No, I love that.
I don't.
That's my favorite part.
It's been a while since we put out an episode.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of the idea from the beginning. It'll just happen when it happens.
I mean, now that we are in the same space, we can kind of do it more often.
Right.
Especially now that the weather's getting a little nicer. It's not super cold and super dark super early.
Yep. The time just changed, so that's going to help too.
Yeah, well, it'll be later before the sun goes down.
If only it'll stay. If they just let it stay this way, it'd be great.
Yeah, because daylight savings time doesn't do anything for us. It's not meant for us.
Nope.
It's for farmers.
Yeah.
Let them run on their own time. We both sounded like Dad.
Yeah. Yeah, the chance of being interrupted now.
Yeah, she might start barking.
Don't mind the doggo. You probably won't hear her, but if you do, it's just a doggo on the patio, being cute, looking like she's in jail right now.
She deserves it. She's kind of an ass.
It can be, for sure.
Definitely. So a lot's happened since the last episode.
Yeah, honestly, it's been so long, I don't remember everything, but I know we've talked about a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I don't remember what we talked about in the last one, but it's been so long that me moving back this way wasn't even in the conversation.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right, well, he's now back this way.
Yeah. I don't live in Chicago anymore.
We're working on quite a bit of stuff together, I would say, outside of just this.
Well, yeah, we got other stuff that we do that's really slow moving, and it's kind of frustrating. It's very frustrating.
The greatest things in life come to those with the most patience.
I'm a very patient person. I can put up with a lot.
Then why are you complaining?
Because I like to talk about it. Get it out of my head.
Yeah, I mean, are you talking about the books?
Yeah.
Well, that's been a known variable, I'd say, for the majority.
We
of
could
the
be
conversation.
specific. You don't have to be vague about it.
Wasn't being vague. I was just trying to think of the word.
Oh.
I'm just trying to say it was a known variable for the majority of the conversation.
Well, yeah, it was just that last conversation me and old Papa had. It was more of a definite thing, me getting the shop.
Yeah. And in the long run, it really is, if you want, if you look at it that way.
Well, yeah.
It's just not happening.
It's not happening. Well, no, it's not happening right now.
Which is, like I said when we had our business meeting, was better for me.
Well, it's better for all of us because there's no rush. We don't have to hurry up and try to figure everything out.
Right.
We can take it and do it the right way.
Well, and then what that allows us to do now is, for those 5 people that watch or listen to this, we're helping a friend who owns a comic shop.
Yeah.
It's called Clyde's Comics and Fantasy. And the idea was we would be acquiring his business. And it's not technically going that way right now.
No.
But what it is going to do is go that way in the near future.
Well, I don't know how near. It'll be a couple of years.
And it might be, but that's still nearer than being dead.
Well, tomorrow could be dead.
That's also true.
15 minutes from now, we could be dead.
That's also true. That nobody would hear this.
Right? We'd just be out here. And it just rolls our dead body.
So what we're going to do is move all of his back issues. Plus a couple odds and ends here and there.
Yeah.
So you'll see a lot of that. In the links down below, you'll see Skylar's Instagram and his eBay store. And I got to get the info from you. I don't remember if I got it set up last time. Set it for Whatnot?
No, because I hadn't set up a seller account yet.
Okay. So he's going to be moving a lot of the stuff on his channels. And I guess as usual, I'll help out in whatever way I can, especially with back end stuff and whatever. Just help you go through. I mean, that's neither here nor there. You know, whatever works for that.
Yeah.
So if you're into comics and old comics within the last, I don't know, 20, 30 years maybe.
Yeah.
Check out his stuff. There will be shows posted and some stock available, I would assume.
Yeah.
In the coming weeks and evolving over the next months into years.
Which I'm actually kind of leaning towards kind of just doing that anyways.
What's that?
Just having an internet presence for the shop as opposed to like taking over a brick and mortar.
We'll see how you feel when the
Well, yeah, because we're still talking a couple years from now.
Yeah. Because you could still do both.
Well, I would still do both.
You know, if it's making money, you just hire somebody there.
Yeah.
But there will be a slow evolution of Clyde's comics. So if anyone's a fan of the shop, you're not going to see a whole lot of change quickly. And you probably won't even see much for the next 12 months.
You won't see probably any.
Other than books disappearing.
Yeah. You won't see any changes because I'm not doing anything until, aside from selling the back issues, until we're in charge.
I mean, if he's paying to upgrade the store, then I'm going to help him do it.
Yeah.
Because that's going to help us too.
Well, yeah.
So I wouldn't pigeonhole yourself too much just yet.
We'll see what happens.
But outside of that, you haven't even posted a Sky Comics video in a while either.
No, I haven't posted one in a while. I've been lazy.
Is that what it is?
That's exactly what it is.
Okay. Well,
I've
there
just
you go,
been lazy.
everybody.
I haven't felt like it, really. I've been so wrapped up in other shit.
Yeah. I mean, you do post regularly on the Instagram.
Yeah, that's quick and easy, though.
Yeah. So check that out down below. I post on my socials on occasion. I've put up a couple shorts here lately. You'll see those down below too. And the weather's getting nice, so I'm going to be doing more car stuff. So that's definitely going to be a thing soon.
Soon.
Well, I'm working on those projects for my Etsy shop, which I believe will also be below, selling more prints.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Hustle, hustle, hustle.
Right now, I'm focusing on that. So
We'd get some kind of revenue coming in.
Well, the nice thing about that is, you know, I find the files, I get the licenses or whatever, and while it's printing, I can work on other things that, for instance, like editing these episodes or the other podcasts that I produce, which I believe are also down below. So I can just set the machine up, let it do its thing, you know, it'll run for however long, and then I'm doing something else at the same time.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, if I'm out here working on the car, I'm out here all day. And then I have to come back and edit it. So I lose more time in regards to the printing stuff. So, I mean, if I set it up to where I have a print that takes a day, which happens, then what I might do, this just came to me, is I might set that up on a day with nice weather so I can come out and do car stuff while it's going.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Instead of having to...
2 stones, 1 bird.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of having to... instead of having to keep an eye on the machine. You know, moving these half-hour, 1-hour prints. You know, especially what I'm doing now with the little keychains. Like all those are fast.
Right.
So if I have if I do another model in your realm of stuff,
Yeah.
like a bust or something that I can move, or have you finish and paint and sell for your shit, which is also a thing that may be coming in the future. Some painted and or raw models from his locations.
Yeah.
We've discussed that a few times in the past. So if you're into that, of course. But yeah, if I can just have one run for a while, come out and get that car done. I want to drive that car this summer.
Well, you're putting in the effort.
Well, I appreciate that, but I don't think I am.
It's sarcasm. But it's finally getting nice out. We can get out here and do some shit for that. Well, my time's going to start getting to eat up. I'm going to be a busy motherfucker.
Yeah, because you're going to have a day job.
I have a full-time job starting Monday.
Which doesn't make sense for me to do right now. Because I have to drive you to work. I have to take care of Mom while you're not here, or Puppy while you're not here. And take her to her things throughout the day and the weeks. Talk about all her appointments she has today, and I'm just like, fuck.
Yep.
So it's a blessing and a curse at the same time, because I feel useless, but I'm also doing shit at the same time.
Dude, that's been my last month and a half.
And I'm not seeing the amount of results that I want to see, and that's my biggest thing.
Because the things that we're doing, there's no way to like grade it. There's no tangible outcome. There's no physical thing that we get for doing the things that we do. Because we're just being of service. That's an internal thing.
Oh, you're saying with the house and Mom and Puppy and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, and when you look at it a certain way, we're being paid by a house over our head and food in our bellies and internet, and,
Yeah.
a comfortable place to sleep, shit. Sometimes at the same time.
A lot of times at the same time. Especially if we both wake up at the same time.
Well, you won't have to worry about that. I'll be getting up at 6.
I'll be getting up at like 8:30.
But you are going to have a revenue stream at that point
I'm going to have money coming in.
to help you rebuild and stabilize.
Yeah. I found out that check might take longer than we thought.
Which one?
The finger check?
They usually do.
Yeah. I was talking with him last night, and they said that all the paperwork's been sent to their job, and their job needs to do whatever they do to show responsibility for the accident, and then that needs to get sent off to insurance, and
It's never easy when it deals with corporal bullshit.
Big old check. But it'll happen when it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
It'll happen when it's supposed to happen. But I've been having fun looking at cars, even though it's going to be months before I buy one.
It's a great experience, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of, but I don't know, man. I get all like, I'll find one like, oh, this is fucking cool. And then, oh, shit, it's a good price. And it's just like, I don't have any money.
Yeah, that is the cycle of emotions.
I know,
Once you let go of the I don't have any money part and just change it to you're doing market research.
But I don't give a shit about cars enough to be able to do that.
Well, if you're going to be looking for a car, you need to give a little bit of a shit.
I have a system, and it's bring it up to you, and based on your response is whether or not I want to save it or not anymore.
Even though we don't entirely agree on cars.
No, but you'll tell me if it's a dumb idea to buy it.
But that's still based on my opinion.
But when you say no, don't buy it, they're trash, you give me reasons. Like, oh, the transmissions have problems, or like the engines blow up, or whatever the problem is with the vehicle. You have enough knowledge that you can be like, dude, that is not worth the money. Like, you're gonna end up dumping money into it. Like, don't buy it. Just because I like Euro and you like Japanese doesn't mean
I like Euro too.
that your advice isn't taken seriously. 'Cause I don't know shit about fuck when it comes to cars. I don't know anything about cars.
Yeah, you got all salty about changing the oil on Mom's car.
It was just a pain in the ass. I don't like doing that kind of stuff.
Physical labor?
No, I don't mind physical labor. It was just harder than it needed to be. It was, in my brain, it was worth the extra $40 it would have cost in labor to have somebody do that, so I didn't have to. Wake up.
But if you don't have that extra $40,
That's true. I will do it, but I will complain the whole time.
yeah, you did.
It was just tough. I didn't know what I was doing.
Well, now you have a general idea of what you're doing.
Yeah.
So when you get your Volvo or your little C-Class or whatever.
That C-Class was hot.
I know they are. The W203, I believe, is what they are. They're very nice.
It was very nice. That'd be cool to have one of those.
I almost did. At first, I really wanted a Taurus show.
Taurus?
Yeah.
A Ford?
Yeah.
Oh, I think we talked about that.
Yeah, because they're cool.
Okay.
But things didn't pan out that way. Money went to other things.
As it does.
Yeah. And I had the truck, which was at the shop at the time.
Just gotta find a buyer for that hunk of junk.
It's not a hunk of junk. It's just not what I needed.
You didn't really need it then either.
Oh, there's full-blown plans and intentions for it.
Well, I understand that.
Yeah.
But not necessity.
Had things gone the way I was planning on them going, yeah, it would have been a necessity.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'd have to tow the car.
Why would you tow a car if it's operational when you could just drive it?
Because you tow it to a racetrack.
Why not just drive it to racetrack?
Because racetracks have a tendency of breaking cars.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a street car, man. It's not designed to do that over and over and over again.
So, but you're going to do it.
Well, not without a tow rig. Because if you drive to the racetrack, you break your car in a way that makes it undrivable. How are you going to get home?
That's fair.
Yeah. And that thing being a utility truck, I had room for tools, fluids, parts, all I could need, minus a lift. But if I got a quick jack, I could do that too.
Right.
There's room for that in there. But taking it to the track is not in the cards for a while now. It's just going to be a summer car. And I sell the truck for the everyday car.
It's not a bad idea.
No, so someone buy my truck or trade me.
For $10 million.
No.
Because he's got to buy me a car too.
No, that's just silly. I mean, if someone wants to buy it for 10 mil, I mean, sure. I'm getting a deal of the century out of it. Hell, a deal of the millennia out of that. But yeah, someone buy the truck or trade me an early mid-90s JDM sedan.
Be a happy boy.
Yeah, especially if it's manual. Yeah. Or something with an interesting engine in it. Like that Acura.
Like one with a mustache?
Well, that's an Alfa Romeo.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I saw a car on Facebook that was an Alfa that I did not know was sold in America from the 90s.
Really? It might not have been sold in America.
It was.
Was it?
Yeah. I believe it was a 164. I know you won't know what it is.
It's three numbers.
Yeah. It was cool as shit.
Why didn't you buy it?
They wanted like $12,000.
Oh. You would tell him you'd trade him your truck?
I don't want to get laughed off the internet. In a negative way, I should say. I don't mind getting laughed off the internet, but not in a bad way.
I feel you.
But I've been messaging people. That Acura person with the vigor finally looked at my messages. Didn't say anything.
That's usually how it goes when buying stuff off of Facebook.
But that Maxima messaged me back and said they're looking for a truck. So I sent it to him, but I've had no response yet. That was about an hour ago.
Oh, that's still early.
Yeah.
That'd be cool if you could just trade straight up for it.
It'd be great. Super great. You know, the values are equal enough. I won't ask for cash on top.
Right.
But if you're trading me a junker, I'm going to want some cash on top.
Right.
To fix your junk.
What's wrong with the Nissan?
I mean, it's just a old Japanese car that was actually fairly well kept from the looks of it. The pictures are kind of
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all in like an underground parking garage or something. So like the lighting was kind of shit.
Right.
But I mean, they had a description. They're actually talking to me somewhat. And I'm sure if I asked for more pictures, I'm sure I'd get some.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's got a couple rust spots. For some reason, they took the wing off the back of it, so there's holes in the trunk.
Yeah, but you could just put another wing on it.
I'd have to find one.
Check the junkyard.
Yeah, I don't know that a junkyard's really going to have those anymore. Junkyards are full of newer shit at this point.
Yeah.
Especially locally. Do you want a round two?
Yeah, let's do a round two.
I hope you got more to say.
Well, I mean, so the whole point of this podcast, like, the whole first half was just us promoting our shit and not even really talking much. That the whole point was two best friends talking shit.
Yeah, we're talking. I talk and promote at the same time. That's how I'm good at what I do.
I don't promote. I allow myself to be the promotion.
Well, that's why I get ad revenue and you don't.
You also post consistently and I don't.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do, off the stuff that you're getting ad revenue from.
I mean, relatively consistently, but...
It's been 4 months since I've uploaded something on Sky Comics.
Well, not the Instagram, though.
No, Instagrams all the time.
People get paid on their Instagram accounts.
Yeah, but not really in the comic book community, dude.
No, probably not.
No, there's not enough eyes on your stuff. Like, even some of the bigger names in the comic community, dude, and they've got maybe 10, 15,000 people following them.
Those are big numbers.
Those
in the
are
comic
big numbers in the comic community because they're not influencers. They're not like social media people. It's just.
Well, I mean, I get that, but
it's not some hot chick in a bikini in these extravagant hotels and like locations. Like,
I understand that thoughts get eyes. I get it, but like that doesn't explain like the car channels that I follow that have millions. They don't have thoughts.
No. But none of the comic book if they're out there, drop it in the comments if there's comic book channels that I'm missing that's got all these followers. But it's just not that type of community.
That's fair. They just spend a lot of money on sheets of paper.
Funny pages.
Yeah.
Funny paper.
Funny looking paper too.
Yeah, I like it. That's,
I
one of my favorite things.
I get the appreciation of the art.
Yeah, dude, some of the artists are just... Dude, it's ridiculous that they're putting those masterpieces in little 16-page comic books.
Yeah. Well, because they probably... One, if they're allowed to legally, they probably commission their own work to, make art in that way.
Yeah, so I was just watching a video from this art expo down in Florida. One of the comic book channels that I follow were there, and it was all original art, but they were all comic book artists. And they'll take their pages that, like the originals that they paint to like scan and send to Marvel, DC, and whatever, and they'll sell them. And it'll be an actual page from that issue that got published. and they can sell the originals. And then they'll open up commissions to where like fans can be like, hey, can you draw me a Spider-Gwen doing this? And they'll be like, okay, it's this much money, and then they'll work on it. And
that makes sense.
I was thinking about, I'm like, oh, some original art would be cool. And then like I watched that video and I saw the prices. I'm like,
oh yeah, that's money.
And I got expensive taste. That's a lot of money. But there's some cool stuff.
Young to hook you up with something.
He doesn't really do that kind of stuff.
He doesn't do commissions.
I mean, he does, but not like these other artists.
He's got to get paid somehow.
He does a lot of covers, like a lot of covers.
Just doing cover work.
He does a lot of covers, and he sells prints of his own stuff, and he has his own books that he publishes, and he has website exclusives for some of these books, so you have to buy them from him, and because you can't get them in a comic shop.
It's almost like he's trying to pull a Nintendo and do.
He's proprietary to his own stuff.
Well, not necessarily that, but the manufactured scarcity.
Yeah.
To make it more valuable, even though if he just made more, it wouldn't be.
So it's not even necessarily that. It's just like artists in the comic book world kind of get the shit end of the stick. They don't get paid a whole lot from these companies unless they're like big names, but they still have to find other ways to hustle and make money.
Of course.
So it's a way of keeping his stuff, so he's getting as much of his money for his product as he can. It's just like musicians when they get big and then they want to get all their music back. Like, because they're not making all the money off of it. It's the same concept. Like, I'm doing all this work. And
that's why you don't sign with a label anymore.
Well, yeah. Musicians have, for the most part, learned that lesson, but
I wouldn't even say for the most part. I would say probably a lot have, but not enough to get rid of the label industry.
Right.
Because there's these new bands that just, I don't remember their name, but I saw it somewhere. They got all excited about getting signed by Warner Brothers. I'm like, you just made one of the biggest mistakes of your career.
If you're cool with not owning your music or
being treated like a slave,
like, do it. Like, if you're just in it for the hype and you want everybody to hear your music, do it. There's nothing wrong with it.
I mean, is there really anything wrong with anything?
I mean, if you take morals out of it, no.
Everybody's morals are different, though.
They are, but, I mean, there's still a general, like, code of conduct of what's right and wrong. Like, don't hurt people.
Say that to Muslims.
Why would I say it to Muslims? I'm talking to you.
Well, you're saying in general.
Yeah, don't hurt people.
But yet they have bylaws in their books that they're worshiping to murder people.
Well, I understand that, but it's the same thing with like the Christian. We're not. We're not.
I know we're not getting into that.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm just saying. You said there is a norm of don't hurt people, but yet their norm is very much.
We're not getting into this debate, Aaron. This is not that kind of podcast.
I'm just following what you waved in front of me.
No, you're trying to make it more intelligent than it has to be.
How can I do that? I'm an idiot.
Do good and don't hurt other people. Who gives a fuck what the book your neighbor's reading is? Just be nice and don't hurt other people.
I agree with that.
All right, cool.
All I was saying was you said in general.
In general.
And then all I did was debate the in general.
No. All you did was try to get us to start talking religion and spiritualistic stuff.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Uh-huh.
I was just following the conversation.
No.
Because you went from everybody has different morals, agreeing with
me
on that.
Everybody has different morals.
To then generalizing everyone's morals as do good and don't hurt people. You can't do both at the same time.
So, okay, so let's do this. So those people that read those books that say that if they do this to you, their whole thing is still, at the end of the day, don't hurt other people. But then they have like a little disclaimer. Yeah, look. Unless, and then they have their amendments. But but it is still at the end of the day.
The Bill of Rights for Muslim death.
Exactly, dude. At the end of the day, it's still don't harm others.
I would also like to make it clear that I have no ill will against anybody else in this world, period. But there are just some facts of things that happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's there, it's real.
So, if you're a Jew, cool, Muslim, cool, Christian, cool, whatever, I don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah, I don't care what you believe. Just don't hurt people.
And don't force it on anybody else.
You can do that too if you want.
Well,
I don't care, just don't hurt people.
I mean, you can try to force it on me. You won't get anywhere.
No. Me neither. I'll have the conversation though.
I will make the attempt, absolutely.
I'll have those conversations with people until I feel like they're getting defensive. And then I will stop. Because once people get defensive, then emotions get brought into it, and then it stops being an intelligent conversation about
the
beliefs.
intelligence has nothing to do with it. Just being open-minded, really. You can be a complete illiterate dingus and still have an open-minded conversation.
Well, it could still be an intelligent conversation. Intelligence doesn't mean one specific thing.
These bubbles keep popping and splashing up, and the wind throws the water in my eye, and it hurts.
That's I got safety first.
Yeah, well, I didn't plan ahead.
It also makes it cold as soon as it hits the air, and then the wind does it.
I'm okay with that. I love the cold. I'm hot right now.
Well, this is a hot
sweating
tub.
like crazy.
That's why you got to get trucker caps, buddy. They breathe.
I have one, but it's a little tight.
A little tight.
Yeah, man. Open conversation.
How tight?
How tight?
Tell me when.
Tell you when what?
Tell me when to stop. How tight?
How tight what?
Your hat.
It's very, hold on. Go a little tighter. No, too far. Like right there.
Right there? That's tight.
Just starting to get to the level of discomfort.
That's tight.
Yeah, especially like right
Have you
here.
tried shrinking your head?
No. But I will be stretching my hats.
Just start wrapping them around a basketball?
No, there's a legitimate method that I found on the interwebs.
Well, I'm sure there is.
Yeah. Basically, you steam them so it relaxes the fabric, and then you force it on something, keep making it tighter, and then it just stretches the fabric out. So it doesn't really change the brim. So if the brim already looks small on your head, then that part's still going to look funny, but the rest of it will be chill. Yeah. I have like 10 hats I need to do that too.
Let's do it.
So I have a big ass head.
You got a big old cranium, buddy.
Well, we could do it, but that would take like probably 10 days.
To do all of them?
Yeah.
So?
Literally one a day. Because it's a steaming process that involves water and pots. And then you shock it cold by putting it in the freezer. Because that, I guess, excuse me,
Bless you.
locks the fabric quicker and easier in that size.
Oh, okay. So like you steam it, put it around whatever it's supposed to be around.
You steam it while it's around the whatever.
Oh, while it's around the whatever?
Yeah, which I believe is another pot.
Huh.
So you have like a pot on a pot.
It's a lot of pot.
Yeah. 2 pots per
It sounds like a pain in the ass kind of process because you need room in your freezer then.
We do.
Which we don't have.
No, we do.
Oh, maybe the one in the garage.
The deep freeze, yeah, because you just need the top pot with a hat on it.
Oh, yeah,
And
okay.
then you just set that in the freezer. There's room for it, for sure. I had initially planned on doing it in the winter so I could just throw it outside. But
I think it's cold.
it's springtime now.
But it hasn't been that cold really this winter.
And we got
There was a couple
week.
days, but usually we're freezing for like a month.
Yeah.
That did not happen this year.
Nope.
Wonder what that says about our summertime.
It's gonna be muggy as hell.
There'd be a lot of inside Skyler.
Hopefully I'll be out driving the 240 doing some vlogs.
Do it. As long as the air conditioner works, I'll come with you.
Air conditioner.
It takes away like 6 horsepower.
You wouldn't notice a horsepower drain on that engine, but because it's a swap, it doesn't have all the AC stuff.
Oh, then yeah, if it's hot, I'm not going with you.
I could probably put some on there, but I don't think I have it at the moment.
Man, fuck a car with no AC. Not in our summertime.
I did it for the majority of my life.
And it was terrible.
I just got used to it.
I sweat too much.
I sweat a lot too.
I'd spend a lot on
The
deodorant.
problem is you stink.
Yeah. Sorry. Smell like a man. Yeah, I'll sweat right through deodorant in the summertime. It's gross.
I think my first personal car that had AC was my WRX.
Yeah.
I think.
The first, because that was, well, you bought that off a lot.
Yes.
I remember when you got that. You was all excited.
Yeah, it was. I was working at that plant.
Yeah.
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 It was a great car.
All of my cars had AC.
I've only had two cars.
Had three
cars. The Impala had AC?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Lucky you.
I got that for $300.
My truck doesn't even have AC. I didn't think it was fitted with it.
You also, it doesn't seem like something that you're like, does this have air conditioning when you buy cars?
So if I know it's on the vehicle, I ask if it works.
Yeah.
But most of the time the cars I buy weren't even optioned with it, so I don't care.
Ew.
I got windows.
Yeah, but when it's as muggy as it gets here,
Drive faster.
no, it's too much. No, Mr. Superman, no here. It's too much. It's too much for me. I can't do the humidity.
Then move.
That was the plan. Originally, I was supposed to be in Chicago for 5 years and then go somewhere else.
Chicago's no different than here.
And then go somewhere else. My original plan was be in Chicago, do what I got to do, be there 5-year plan, and then go. And then if I were to ever leave that city, was to leave the state of Illinois entirely.
And where'd you go?
I was thinking like Texas or New Mexico.
So also hot summers.
I don't mind heat. Heat's fine. It's the humidity that fucks me up, dude. Makes me can't breathe.
They also have humidity.
Not in certain parts.
Sure.
Where I was at in Texas a couple years ago, it was dry. And it was 100 degrees and I was walking around happy as shit. It gets 80 degrees here with 75% humidity and I want to die.
So Texas I get. Because I also wouldn't mind going there.
Texas is fun.
But also their power grid is ass.
So?
They get an icy wind and they lose power.
I understand that.
And
but if you're far enough south, that doesn't happen.
The whole state was shut down, dude.
No, it wasn't. Like 60% of it. I remember they had to borrow salt trucks from other states because they didn't have them.
Well, yeah.
For that much snow.
Right.
And like the top 50.
You know,
it wasn't the whole state.
You know the part that didn't get it was the shit in Mexico or the Gulf that gets muggy. So you wouldn't live there anyways.
No, I wouldn't live there.
So you'd live in the area that lost power out of an inch of snow.
It's fine. If the whole city shut down, my job's not going to expect me to come to work. Up here, we got 6 inches of snow and the trucks haven't plowed yet, and they want you to be there 20 minutes early.
Yeah, don't be a bitch, one. And two, the weather is still cold while you have no power. Your lines are still freezing.
It's fine. I like it cold.
Then why live in Texas?
Because it's gorgeous. Something new. Might be there for a couple of years and move somewhere else.
There's gorgeous areas in Illinois, too.
There is very gorgeous places in Illinois, but I don't know why that was so hard to say.
It's because you don't want to be good about Illinois. Because the state's ass.
It just sucks to live in, man.
It does.
It's the worst. I don't know if it's the worst. I've only ever lived in 3 states, but it's not great.
I did prefer North Carolina, I'll say that.
Yeah, I bet. North Carolina, also muggy as shit.
So the one whole summer that I got to experience there was nowhere near as bad as it was up here.
Really? Because I remember...
now, it did get muggy.
Right. When I was younger, because we'd go to Virginia every year, which is a little farther north. Not much, where we were at. And it was just jump in the air, get stuck, thick, sticky, muggy outside.
Near some rivers.
Maybe. I don't know. But there's no rivers. No, nothing big enough to really change anything.
Doesn't have to be that big. You just got to have a
that
really
altitude
dense,
could have been
wet forest.
The altitude could have something to do with it too, because it's up up in the mountains.
It's usually drier.
It was not. I remember one year we made it as far as Tennessee.
It's in the mountains. It's probably from the forest then.
Probably. But I remember we got as far as Tennessee one year, and we woke up. We got a hotel for the night and woke up. And by the time I woke up, they were packing all their shit. I'm like, yay, we're going to Virginia. And they're like, no, we're going to Rockford. I'm like, we're 75% of the way there. And they're like, Mama, it's too hot. Mama can't take the heat. I'm like, we have air conditioning in the van. There's air conditioning in every house we're going to. Dude, I was salty that year. I was so mad. And I haven't
That makes no sense.
Why?
You're there.
Yeah. We were probably even farther than 75%. We were freaking close. We were probably 5-6 hours. Well, say about 75%. We're probably like 5 hours out. And we turned around because Mama was bitching because it was too hot. So, and this was at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And we turned around and came home.
Weather.
We were supposed to be there for 10 days.
Yeah,
We weren't even there for one. I was so mad at her for so long. I haven't been back down there since.
To Virginia?
Yeah.
I was there.
I got no reason to go now. All that family's pretty much dead.
Oh, that's cool.
Although I do still, we can go down there. One of my uncles has a cabin on top of this mountain. We've got a hot tub up there.
Yeah, we've talked about that a few times.
We just got to get a car that will make the trip.
I mean, the truck would make it. It'd just be super expensive.
Yeah, fuck that gas bill. Ew, no.
We wouldn't get stuck anywhere.
No, but
Except for small spaces.
if you go in the early summer, you can get no problems.
No, I know.
I don't know why I'm getting so congested sitting out here. Just kind of came out of nowhere. My nose is all clogged up now.
The pollen.
Is it Spalin?
I was gonna say the shit that comes out of plants
That'd have been funnier.
because I couldn't think of the word.
Spalin. Well, that's our episode.
Yeah.
Because now it's getting to where I sound like I'm sick.
Yeah.
My lefty is blocked.
Oh, that's my everyday because my nose is fucking.
High five.
All right. Well, I suppose that's it. I can't do 3.
No, we're not going to do a third one.
I will die.
Pussy. He's going to be really hurting when we come out here and it's fucking August and we're doing this.
Yes. I'd rather do it in a pool.
I thought the parents were getting a pool.
I mean, eventually, but that's going to be many, many thousands.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so that's it. Check out. Go ahead, do what you do.
I was just going to say, hasta luego.
Yeah, that thing. Check the links, and we'll see you next time.
Buy my shit.
Thanks. Bye. Love
Bye. Well, I need a shower.
you. That's a great way to start it. Why did that turn back on? How did you do that?
Hello.
Hello from the outside.
This place is haunted! Woo.
Don't fall.
I'm gonna
Actually, go ahead and fall. We got
Oh yeah, you guys probably got really good insurance.
no. Well, I mean, probably, but I was saying there's funnies for the video from that.
Oh, I would hurt myself. It is, that wind is cold.
It feels great.
Woo.